A bus in North Cotabato was set on fire. 3 of the passengers died and 4 others were severely injured.
An 11-year-old girl was found dead in the creek of Batangas. Local officials have offered 50,000 pesos for any information leading to the arrest of the suspect.
A mistake of identity occurred in a shooting incident in Manila. A man was shot dead by 4 armed men just outside the victim's residence.
The authorities are now in pursuit of the potential suspects of burning a bus in North Cotabato. For further details, we have GEZELICA PABIA reporting live. GEZELICA, what we're looking into.
This horrifying scene of passengers breaking the glass windows was captured by Randy Lumatak Jr. The passengers tried to save their lives from this burning bus. It is a clear incident of arson where 3 of the passengers have died.
The authorities confirmed the identities of the casualties, namely John Roy Tadeo Ramil, 28 years old, Hazel Maggio Fallardo, 30 years old, and Arnold Patron, 18 years old. 4 other passengers were injured and currently recovering in the hospital. In this next footage taken by Yvonne Villanueva, a huge fire and dark smoke raised the bus of the yellow bus line. According to the witnesses, a man poured corrosive liquid into the bus seats, and the other arsonist lit a lighter and tossed it to the seats, causing a blaze inside the bus. Thereafter, the 2 men quickly jumped off the bus and sped off on board a waiting motorcycle driven by the 3rd accomplice. Randy Lumatak says that they tried to chase the suspects but they are armed with guns. Police Lieutenant Colonel Bernard Tayong confirmed that the survivors identified the type of fluid used to burn the bus. It was then a bluish liquid that for the authorities is a new form of equipment capable of burning things rapidly. Meanwhile, the identities of the suspects are not yet clear. The authorities are now in close coordination with Yellow Bus Line to see if there are third-party causes or threats. North Cotabato Governor Nancy Cotamco, together with Mayor Russell Abonado, raised an initial bounty of 200,000 pesos for the arrest of the still unidentified arsonist. In an interview earlier with Lieutenant Colonel J.P. Valdemar, he said that there have been several similar cases that happened in the area. They are now looking for extortion, business-related, and terrorism as the possible motives of the incident. Ross?
Just a follow-up question, GEZELICA. What is the assurance that it was indeed a crime of arson?
Yes, Ross. Arson is a criminal setting of fire to commit at least vandalism and at worst murder or even mass murder. And although arson is difficult to investigate for evidence at the scene can be destroyed, the main elements necessary to prove arson are evidence of burning and evidence that a criminal act caused the fire, where the accused must intend to burn a building or other structure. Live from North Cotabato, GEZELICA PABIA reporting for CRIM News.
An 11-year-old girl was found dead in the creek of Bawan, Batangas, Monday afternoon. Authorities have set 50,000 bounty for any information that will lead to the arrest of the suspect. Nicole Pascual joins us for more details. Nicole?
Yes, Salve. Sometime around 2:30 in the afternoon of December 23, 2019, a dead body of 11-year-old girl was found in the creek of Bawan, Batangas. According to the investigation of the police, the body has wounds to the neck and bruises on the chest, an indication the victim hardly resisted during the incident. Police also found the underwear of the victim meters away from the crime scene. A possible motive of rape is seen and is now being investigated. The family of the victim grieves over the gruesome death of their child. Meanwhile, the biological father of the victim is supposed to have a vacation with her in Pangasinan prior to the incident after not seeing each other for almost 9 years. Authorities continue to investigate the crime and offered a reward of 50,000 pesos for any information leading to the arrest of the suspect. This is NICOLE Andrea Pascual, CRIM News reporting.
The authorities believe that the shooting incident in Manila was a case of mistaken identity. MARIMEL ESTALLO is live from Sampaloc, Manila to give us further details. MARIMEL, what are the facts of this case and what are the findings of the police?
Yes, Joy! The crime was caught on CCTV when a 49-year-old man named Ernesto Tapang was shot dead by 4 armed men. The police believe This is a case of mistaken identity. Based on the CCTV footage, 4 men stopped right outside the Tapang residence shortly before 3 a.m. Then, a man wearing a hooded jacket went down and repeatedly shot Ernesto. The 3 men helped their colleague to shower bullets before riding back to their vehicle. The entire scene played out for only 20 seconds. Ernesto was rushed to the hospital but unfortunately did not survive since he was shot 19 times. According to the investigation, the death of Ernesto Tapang might be a case of mistaken identity as he had not been involved in any sort of criminal activity, nor was he involved in the watch list of the drug users or traders.
Marimel, what do we mean by this mistake of identity? And what are the punishment for the suspects for committing such crime?
Error in personae or mistake in the identity of the victim, injuring one person mistaken for another. In cases in which the felony committed is different from that which the offender intended to commit, the following rules shall be observed. First, if the penalty prescribed for the felony committed be higher than that corresponding to the offense which the accused intended to commit, the penalty corresponding to the latter shall be imposed in its maximum period. Second, if the penalty prescribed for the felony committed be lower than that corresponding to the one which the accused intended to commit, the penalty for the former shall be imposed in its maximum period. And lastly, the rule established by the preceding paragraph shall not be applicable if the acts committed by the guilty person shall constitute an attempt or frustration of another crime, if the law prescribes a higher penalty for either of the latter offenses, in which case the penalty provided for the attempt or the frustrated crime shall be imposed in its maximum period.
Our basis for this is the Article 49 of the Revised Penal Code, right?
Yes, Joy. Article 49 of the Revised Penal Code to be imposed upon the principals when the crime committed is different from that intended. Live from Sampaloc, Manila, in front of Tapang residence, this is MARIMEL ESTALLO delivering news from CRIM News Channel to Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
The suspect for the rape slay incident was arrested last December 28. The 27-year-old Mark Alvin Saher lives just meters away from the house of the victim. 3 witnesses have confirmed that the suspect was the last person seen with the victim before she went missing. Saher denied the rape allegation but admitted to stabbing and slitting the throat of the victim, resulting to her death. The suspect allegedly killed the child to get back to her stepfather, whom he had an altercation with. He is now charged with a case of murder in the office of the Provincial Fiscal in Palyocan West, Batangas City.
Saher is now charged with a crime of murder under Article 248 of the Revised Penal Code of the Philippines. 2 attendance qualifying circumstances are present in the crime. First is the taking advantage of superior strength by Saher onto the 11-year-old girl, weakening its defense. And second is with cruelty by deliberately and inhumanly augmenting the suffering of the victim.
And now, Nicole Andrea Pascual is live from Bawan, Batangas to give us an update of the rape slay incident. Nicole?
That is right, Salve. I'm right here at Bawan, Batangas for an update of the murder case of the 11-year-old girl dated last December 23rd. The man arrested for the killing of an 11-year-old child in Bawan, Batangas province was found dead with multiple bullet wounds just 2 days after he was released from police custody. Mark Alvin Saher, 27, was found dead around 6:30 this morning on an off-road trail in Barangay Manghina 1, about a kilometer away from Barangay San Roque where he lived. Batangas Police Chief Colonel Edwin Quilates in a text message said Saher's killing was still under investigation. Quilates said that the provincial prosecutor on Wednesday ordered Saher freed and referred to the murder case filed by the police for further investigation due to the lack of evidence. Live from Bawan, Batangas, Nicole Andrea Pascual, CRIM News, reporting. Back to you, Salve.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And that's it for tonight's latest news. My name is SALVE PITAS.
This is Generous RUBIS. Stay tuned for more updates.
And this is Rivera
Working for CRIM News Channel. Good night.
Good night.